Hey guys, it's Jack here from Ginger Bets, bringing you this week's Ginger Bets Golf Betting Insights weekly YouTube video. Before we get into this week's video, a bit of housekeeping from me. We've had some real good success of late. The Ryder Cup produced 4 outright winning selections from just 7 bets put forward. And then last week, we had the headline selection, Sam Burns, lead us to victory. He did it at a canter, really. An unbelievable performance without a putter, to be honest. He finished outside the top 50 in putting and still got the job done. So guys, a bit of a word of warning. The momentum that we've had in 2021 has been incredible, but it cannot continue. So please show some patience, because we're inevitably going to go through some tough periods and we cannot back golf outright winners every 3 weeks. That's 9 outright selections in 2021, 9 outright winning bets from just 24 events covered. It's remarkable, really, but it cannot continue. So please do bear that in mind. The research levels will stay the same, everything will remain the same, but we've had a hell of a lot of luck. I know that, and I just want to share that with you. Right, let's get into this week. If you're new to the channel, guys, we cover the event itself. We look at the key skill sets that are going to be required to lift that trophy come Sunday night. And by the way, we're pretty good at this. We've been doing it week in, week out, and we've been doing it with a lot of success. You can take this information and make your own picks, or you can choose to follow the outright selections that will be put forward at the end of this video. If you're enjoying the content, getting some value out of it, of backed a winner or two, then please, I'd be so grateful if you could subscribe to the YouTube channel, share a few links out there with some of your friends, golf fans. We are, there's just a one-man band here. There's not much behind us. A lot of effort and content or time goes into bringing you this content, and I'd be extremely grateful. Right, enough of that. I'm sure you didn't want to hear about it, but I've got to do it. YouTube likes it, and I just wanted to put a bit of a disclaimer in that there's a lot of luck involved in 2021, and please show some patience, because I want to see all of you still watching in 2022. Right, the 5 key skill sets that are going to be required to lift the trophy come Sunday for the Shriners Children's Open taking place in Las Vegas. Well, let's get to it. We'll take it from the tee box. First up, it's driving accuracy. It's not a stat that I look at many weeks on the PGA Tour, but this week on a difficult driving course, I want us to pay attention to driving accuracy. Second up is strokes gained tee to green performance. In low scoring events, you're going to have to be dialed in with all parts of your game. So therefore, I want players that have just got consistent good tee to green performance over the last 24 rounds. I'm also looking for a player that's got a top 20 in their last 4 events. I think that's a key attribute when looking at the historic winners of this event. Next up, I want to look at strokes gained around the green. If you look at all the data around this event going back 10 years, then strokes gained around the green is of key importance. You're inevitably going to miss those greens, and you're going to have to get up and down. Why? Because bogeys will take you backwards on a leaderboard when the winning score is expecting to be 20 under par or circa that. Then we want proximity to the hole. I think that's a key attribute this week. Green regulation data is key at this event, but I'm going to not ignore it as such this week. I'm just going to go a bit deeper and look at proximity to the hole, because I feel that you're going to have to hit it close and give yourself plenty of birdie looks. And then finally, for me, I want to see putting performance on those bent grass putting surfaces that the players face this week. Well, certainly a few of my selections have winning or winners on this surface in the past, and I want you to pay attention to that if you're making your own selections, and if you're following us blindly, then I've taken that into account. So let's get in to the bit that you really all tune in for, the outright winning selections, should I say, outright picks for the week. A big assumption of me to make that it will be another winner, but we're feeling hot here at Ginger Bets, hotter than the sun, some may say. So let's see if we can continue to roll in the right direction. This is a first for me. It'll come as a shock to you, but the headline selection of this week will be Sam Burns. I'm just going to get straight to it, and I'm going to tell you why. Even though he won last week, he putted awfully. His tee to green performance was out of this world. Well, when he won the Valspar back in early 2021, he performed unbelievably well the following week at the Byron Nelson. He finished second at the Byron Nelson off the back of a victory. And let me tell you, in that, strokes gained off the tee, he improved. Approach play, he improved. Strokes gained around the green, he improved. The only thing that went backwards was his putting performance, where last week his putting was so bad that he can't go backwards. He's a world-class putter, this guy. He has got an unbelievable ceiling. He can match what DJ's done in the past, what Hideki's done in the past. Stay tuned for more on Hideki. And I believe that he can go back-to-back. That is the skill that this boy has. He's available at 25 to 1. I can't believe that. How is that price? He's 20 to 1. He's got to be joint favourite. Form of his life. He's the headline selection for the week. Can't believe it, but I'm going for it back to back. First time ever for myself at Ginger Bets. Second selection of the week. This will make a few of you laugh. Few of the regular followers, and I know there's a few out there that have followed me from the start on this journey. Well, there's two players that I said I would never tip up again. So what better way to do it than to tip them up both in the same week? So first off will be Hideki Matsuyama. Hideki's got a 10th here, I believe, on debut, going back to around 2015. He's not played in the event loads, but he does have a 10th. He showed a bit of consistency of recent times, finished 6th at the Fortnite Championship. I thought that was a real solid performance. And then, let me tell you some stats. First in approach play over the last 24 rounds. First in proximity. Fourth in birdies made. These are real good indicators to an improvement in Hideki's game. And I just feel that he is at the odds. 28 to 1, 33 in places. He is too big a price and I want him on my side this week. He's a player that I promised myself. I've even got a notebook. Do not back Hideki when I land on him statistically. Avoid him, cross it out and start again. Well, I've not crossed it out. I'm not starting again. I'm going for Hideki this week as my second selection. And the third selection is a player that I've done exactly the same with in the past. But let me tell you why. This guy's second in approach play over the last 24 rounds on tour. He's third in proximity to the hole. He's a real consistent driver of the ball, which should stand him in good stead on this test this week. He's not prolific, and he also has a top 20 in his last 4 events, which I think is a key stat this week. When looking at previous winners, you've had to show some recent form. The third selection of the week, available at 35 to 1 with 8 places, 40 to 1 and bigger with only 6 places, will be Paul Casey. Like I said, can't believe I'm putting these two up really, but why not go for it both on the same weeks? I just feel that they're bubbling under and they do have a victory in them, and this is the type of event I can see them both contending at. The fourth and final selection of the week. He's a player that comes at a huge price. He's got 3 top 20s in his last 4 events. His putting is absolutely out of this world right now. He's in the top 10 putting on my tracker, and I think that putting's going to be a key factor this week. He's also 10th in proximity to the hole from 120 to 150 yards. He's a player that not many, some of you will never have heard of for sure. Available at 200 to 1 with 8 places. He's a much bigger win only on the exchange, but I feel that 8 places is more realistic for this player. Mark Hubbard will be my fourth and final selection of the week. He's also got a top 20 in his last 4 events, so he ticks a few boxes. He's at a huge price, and I just want to throw a dart at a monster because we've had big price winners of this event in the past. So they're my 4 outright selections for the week. We've got Burns to go back to back. We've got Hideki to make his breakthrough for the 2021-22 season. We got Paul Casey to pick up on where he left off in the Ryder Cup and perform really well at this event. And then finally, a monster for us to go to war with against those bookmakers in Mark Hubbard. Guys, really do thank you for listening. Really appreciate all the comments and engagement last week. Keep it up. Give me your selections, guys. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments box of who you're on, who your best outsiders are. There was a comment last week about Mccarthy, I believe, from one of the viewers. Denny Mccarthy, he's a player that was on my radar for this week and last week. I just couldn't quite find a way to put him into my portfolio, but I love the fact that people out there are looking at these players that are out of the top 20, top 30 in the market. So credit to you if that was you that was providing those comments. I apologise for not recalling your name right now, but please do subscribe to the channel if you're liking the content. Share it with other people, And if you've not signed up to the substack.gingerbets.com weekly email, then do so. You're missing out on loads of key content. So please do sign up to that as well. Thanks for listening. Good luck with your wagers this week. And I'll be back next week to preview the event taking place in Las Vegas at the Summit Club, the private members club in Vegas. No cut event. It's going to be a classic. Thanks for listening and good luck again this week. Bye now.